Hello YouTube, I'm FemShep and welcome back to What That Button Do, a short form series in which we go through use cases for all of modern Marisa's normal attacks. And we are moving on to the second to last category of her normals, and that is command normals other than crouching. So anything input with either a forward direction or a back direction. And we are going to start with forward heavy kick. This button can be accessed just by hitting forward heavy. It is also part of the heavy auto combo. The heavy auto combo also ends in a quadriga. So if you want access to quadriga, this is a special move that modern Marisa loses access to entirely otherwise. So if you already know you are mid-combo, you are routing into forward heavy kick, and you want the quadriga ender, then you need to remember to use the heavy auto combo. But that is the only time I'm going to be talking about the auto combo in this video, because most of the time you're just going to be accessing this button with forward heavy. And on hit, as you can see, this button is actually 0. You can't hit confirm it into anything. You need to be buffering it into an option in advance. One of those options is Gladius, in which case, yes, you get a good combo on hit, but also if it was blocked, it chips an entire bar of their drive gauge, and it sets up a spacing trap where at this range, any of his medium attacks would whiff, and you can then whiff punish into a big combo. Alternatively, you can choose to buffer into a phalanx. This is not actually a combo, I don't believe, at any strain. Yeah, even light, this is not actually a combo. So if the knee hit, you reset them into a phalanx. If they block it standing, it'll be +2. If they block it crouching, it'll be +1. So a little bit of plus frames to mess with, but nothing huge. This is more of a mix-up just to kind of keep them guessing, and doesn't really have as many advantages as buffering into the Gladius. It also loses hard if they do any kind of reversal DP, or if they just go for a standing light punch. It has to be after damage. Let's see here. There we go. You'll just trade, and if he is blocking and goes for the light punch, you get this forced knockdown float state where he could combo into DP, maybe even route into super. So use sparingly. The main thing that this will beat is if they are autopiloting lows to try to catch you charging the Gladius at the end of knee into Gladius. If, for instance, he was going for crouch medium kick, then you're gonna get a counter hit off any strength of phalanx there into knockdown and into Oki. However, in addition to buffering into a special move, this button is also extremely valuable buffered into Drive Rush. It will combo into itself off of Drive Rush. It'll also combo into Stand Medium Kick. Like so. On block is where this gets really interesting now, because this is Marisa's best Drive Rush cancelable normal on block altogether. On block, you get an auto-timed 50-50 between another knee or a command grab, both of which will beat them mashing buttons. You can also manually delay a stand medium kick, because otherwise it would be a true block string, and if you time that manual delay correctly, it allows you to hit confirm into combo, whereas you can't really hit confirm into anything other than canceling the second knee into Gladius if you're going for knee into knee. That's a tiny combo, but you get the idea. What's interesting, however, is that because this is a heavy, you can actually also just go into block and be able to block any possible reversal. This is a great bait if you're fighting someone who automatically goes for an ODDP every time they see you turn green, and can often be a really fun way to close out a round with a huge comeback if you know that your cash out combo from blocking the DP would kill, even though you were on a pixel. However, there are 2 additional properties to this knee, and the first is the target combo, which, as you can see on block, is -12, and it doesn't frame trap or anything. There is never a time that you want to be doing this target combo on block. It's also not really possible to hit confirm off of just one knee, so you're not really going to be doing this either. Where this is useful is in full screen and corner juggles, because off of that bounce full screen you can combo into level 2. Here's an example combo. Oop. You can get certain juggles with it in the corner depending on height. That'll allow you to do weird combos. If you get a high enough juggle, you can also combo into level 1. Although now, with the buffs, it's better to just do that off of a charged crouch heavy punch. So, not as useful as it once was. In the combo I demonstrated over here a moment ago, you can actually also get a jump medium punch at the end for some really unique Oki. So it absolutely has its use cases, but it's not something you want to be doing on block ever, or as a raw hit confirm. It is a combo tool. The last thing that is important about the knee is that because it is a heavy, and you're playing Marisa, this button can be charged. It is a very slow startup. It's a 27 frame startup, but on hit, you are +10, and it is hit confirmable, which means you can naturally combo into back heavy punch. Or if for some reason you struggle with the motion input, medium punches. Which makes it a gigantic combo starter. On block, you are +3 after this, and you are close enough to throw. Meaning your throw will beat them mashing, your lights would beat them mashing, or you can shimmy to bait the throw tack or bait the reversal. And it also chips quite a bit of drive meter on block. As you can see, it's already almost an entire bar. You add a Gladius to that, and it's a little over a bar. And because it leaves you so plus, you can get a trade, I believe, with medium punch target combo. Yep. And it doesn't really combo into anything big after that, but they're pretty disincentivized from mashing. And off of Drive Rush, then you're actually +7, which means that this does beat buttons. Or actually, this is a true block string. Or if you want to beat buttons, you can go for back heavy punch. Like so. This is very useful if your opponent is kind of just hesitating to commit to anything in neutral. It'll catch them finally throwing out a button if you have a hard read, and it carries Marisa very far if they think they're kind of out of the range of you being able to do anything. This will still carry very far to have you suddenly coming in with a really big swing that is very threatening. And obviously, as an Oki tool, as I mentioned, off of Drive Rush, that's actually an auto-timed meaty off of the medium demon knockdown as well. So, a lot of different things that the knee can do. It sets up spacing traps and block string pressure that does a lot of damage to the drive meter. Uncharged on block. Charged on block, it establishes even scarier pressure that actually allows you to do follow-ups afterwards and makes it hit confirmable into combos. The target combo can be used in juggles that allow you to route into level 2 super, or even level 3 super, by the way, mid-screen. With a little Gladius under there. And it has the best Drive Rush cancel properties on hit or on block, really, for any of Modern Marisa's normals in this game. If you found this helpful, drop a like, a comment, a sub, tune in for the rest of the series. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.